When you're creating your purchase order in SoStocked, down here, the entire purchase order is always based on a lead time. So if your lead time, for example, ends at FBA, let's just look into this real quick. Click in here. So if your lead time starts with production and ends at FBA, that's a pretty straightforward lead time. You're ordering from your supplier, it goes on a boat, it goes on a truck, it ends at FBA, it gets checked in, and you sell it. However, there are many times when inventory is not going to go direct to FBA. So let's change this lead time and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so let's look at this lead time where it's production, ocean freight, ground freight, and then it goes to a third-party warehouse, which is very common nowadays. So I'm going to change the lead time. And you'll notice one thing immediately. The lead time is now broken into two different portions, the dark portion and the light portion. So the first portion of this workflow is instructions to the supplier, and that's what the purchase order instructs. The other thing that happens is once we change this lead time and we save this, the next step would be to create a work order. So the question is, why are we creating a work order? What's that all about? Well, to put it simply, a purchase order or PO is the instructions we're giving to place an order for new inventory from a supplier. And a work order is instructions for anything else, whether it be a warehouse, a freight forwarder, a prep center, or whatever. Once we save this and go to the next step, it's going to create a work order. Remember, going back here, the second portion of this lead time is instructions for the warehouse. It's going to arrive at the warehouse, and then the work order are the instructions to that warehouse, telling the warehouse what to do with the inventory. In this case, they're just going to stock it, and then based on the sales on Amazon, the velocity on Amazon, and our forecast, they will transfer as needed from the warehouse into FBA. But that has nothing to do with this work order. This work order is simply instructing the Denver warehouse to stock the inventory that they're getting from the supplier. So once we go into the preview here, we can see that the first portion is our purchase order, and that is what we're buying from our supplier. And the second page here is the work order, which is instructions to our Denver warehouse, arriving to the Denver warehouse, shipped from XYZ supplier, with instructions to inventory 2,000 units. Now when we submit this order, we have two different pages here. The first page is emailing these instructions, which is the purchase order, to our XYZ supplier, and we can type in the email address. We can CC ourselves if we want. We can attach any attachments that we need to attach here. And we can draft a little email, and we can go ahead and send that email directly to our supplier. Now check this out. When we go over here to the work order draft, it's going to choose a date in the future based on our lead time that inventory is expected to arrive at the warehouse. So you can actually schedule this email to go out to your warehouse on the exact same day based on your lead time that inventory is expected to arrive at the warehouse. And of course you can attach your FBA shipping documents if you want to, your FBA labels, etc. You have a pre-drafted email here which you can change, you can send it. You also have the option on both pages to download the PDF and email it from your own email account. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope it clears up some confusion as to why work orders are created. Thank you.